Gorgeous shot of the Inner Harbor here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn left. We're going to dock the boat, head up Charles Street. We're going to run smack dab into Homewood Field, where today the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. Today, Logan Callahan going to go up against Matthew Pilato, one of the top face-off men in the country, 6th in the country, number 27 in red for Rutgers. So it's going to be a big challenge for Callahan today at the dot. Rutgers wins possession. They'll go on offense first. 23 seconds to shoot, so plenty of time for Rutgers. Now Cardillo going to get things started. Zeller. Get that left hand free, couldn't do it. Now a little more urgency with 10 to shoot. Zeller's just going to have to let it fly. And he does on the run, and he scores!
This is big for Rutgers. Zeller gets to the middle of the field. If you're Johns Hopkins, you have to squeeze him down the alley there. He's got such a great angle after that roll dodge. But Jelinas, I don't like his body. Might be having one of the best seasons of any midfielder in college lacrosse.
Carlson loses it, tracked down by Jimmy Ayers. Carlson has plenty of time now. He's got some room to run, but he might step down. Instead, he passes it off. First save of the day for Stoller.
And that's where he's good.
Evan and White Bauer, a lot of attack today. Tries to skip it way up top. Shot steered aside by Stoller.
You know, Rutgers has been really good over the year.
Opposing player, left-handed.
He wants the left. He's a big body who wants his left hand. So the scout right there for Hopkins, flush him down that right side.
Very well by Jack Monfort, veteran D-Mitty, and now it's
low. And with Stout's health in question, it looks like Jelinas can continue to roll if he plays at the level that he played last week against Navy.
Here's Bauer. Gets a check from his D-Mitty before he checks out. On the run, Ayers. Wide open shot and goal. Brooks English, his 7th of the year, knocks this game at one apiece.
He's having a heck of a year, Cotter. English, 25 in white. Maybe the most cerebral offensive player for Peter Milliman. No one picks him up. He steps and rips. Blue Jays answer with...
Behind the cage, here's Eiler.
The other piece of Eiler not having Melendez, Eiler's going to get a #1 defender on him now, right? So when Melendez comes back, that frees up Eiler, and he has a much more success rate or opportunity for success against the second option of the defender.
Wide open shot, score! No one thought to pick up Sean Krogan. You got a point-blank shot at Stoller, and he buried.
Substitution game. You see Krogan just flying off the midfield because they used the box and manipulated the sub game, and it gave him about a 7-yard start.
It's called NASCAR, but this is like NASCAR under a yellow flag.
Yeah, it's NASCAR from defense to offense, but then it's kind of
down.
Yeah, the transmission drops when it gets into the offensive end.
Great look inside, feed, and score!
That's Charlie Eiler, and that is spectacular, and you hope he's Hopkins player right there. That could be nicked up.
Could have had a collision on the far side. Trying to get a number. That's the last thing that Coach Millman wants.
Chalvet makes the pass, and Eiler, the patience of Eiler. If he catches that ball, Cotter, right away and shoots, he gets stuffed by Stoller. But he makes Stoller go from
this year, only 9 goals. So they kind of kept themselves in that game. They couldn't get anything going offensively, but they've had some games where they kept themselves in it with their goaltending, their face-offs, and their defense.
They have a great defense, allowing just a little bit over 8 goals per game. Top 20.
On Gillo, second midfield unit, back behind the cage. A yellow up top. Cardillo, he bounces it too high.
Cardilla. They're moving him to attack to keep him on the field, but he's, for the most...
Finds a cutter inside, misses the cage. Cardilla missed, had a great opportunity. Their best scorer couldn't finish. Still, though, keeps possession. Now he'll shoot. It's the outside of the cage. It finally comes together. You get to championship weekend in 2022, and they've kind of taken a step back here and been a 500 team these last couple of years.
I think they lived in the portal for a while, and they really succeeded. But the portal's kind of dried up because now, Madelon, he's been amazing finding talent and developing. Last year, Cotter, they had 7 starters from Princeton on other tournament teams. 7. So imagine giving Princeton, who was a playoff team, those extra 7 guys who were all starting on other playoff teams.
Yeah, it'd been amazing. Tip of the cap to Coach Madelon for sure. Great cut, great score! Hayden Summer on the receiving end of that beautiful pass. That looked like Cardilla who fed him in the middle.
This time he does it off ball, and their best offensive player, Colin Cardilla, his head is up, he dissects the defense, and he sees that pressure. You see 2-3 white jerseys that are attracted to 88 and red, and
Millman likes to see in this offense. Good job.
That's a good slide. That is a very good slide, Cotter. Like, it's physical, it's timed properly. This defense has brought it, man. This defense has done their job in 2025.
Great move to get open. Tough angle shot and scores. There's Eiler again.
So, Cotter, I'm watching the Virginia. How has he not been on the field before? And then the following week, he crushes it up in the dome with 4 points with moves similar to this. He has that pop. He has that.
Summer, Texas kid, also with the Culver. California kid scoring on the other end. Here's Summer from Texas. Good feet inside, nowhere to go with it. That's good ball movement, though. That's NASCAR offense. Shoot, score!
It's a nice rip by Aiello. The ball movement starting to spin a little bit. You get Hopkins hammer it from the outside. You give him that much time, that much room, no pressure on the gloves. How about Cardilla, too? He feels...
We'll get the delayed call. No reason for Ayers and company to rush it here. Chavez shoots, bounces it wide. Shot, race for it. Won by Zeller and Rutgers. For those of you new to the sport, on a shot, whether it goes out on the end line or a sideline, player closest to the ball as soon as it goes out of bounds gets possession. That was Rutgers. Tied up. That's that young man from Texas again. That's 2 straight for Hayden Summer.
He's making assists. Has the playmaking ability and the vision as a passer today. He's lighting it up as a scorer. King, who's putting up monster numbers for Harvard, and Chris Kavanaugh, for my money, in May. Who's going to bet against that guy from Notre Dame?
Yeah, Michigan right now leading Maryland 10-8 in the 4th quarter, start of the 4th. Rutgers trying to get another one here. The Knights have no quit in them at all. Colin Cardilla. And just like in league play, otherwise you're going to get burned. The margin of error is razor thin here, Carp.
Pilato with a great face-off win, and credit Rutgers when you...
Substitution out of the box. Collison thought he might step in and let it rip. Instead he pulls it out. Chauvet banged up earlier in the game. Good to see 91 back in. 30 seconds to shoot for Collison. Good look. Chauvet tried to improve his angle. Better defensive job. Cutting inside. Score. That was Dylan Bauer. Great look to find him cutting. Hopkins levels it up at 5.
Assists, one to Charlie Eiler, this one to Dylan Bauer. He's got the short stick, so now he knows he has the eyes of the defense. You have to support that match.
Eiler. Inside. Save made by Stoller. You see. Ayers. Completeness on the far side. Collison. Haven't seen that big rip yet from him today. Now he takes one. Now he scores. Well, it took almost a half before 16 was finally able to find the back of the net. But with 13.3 remaining in this first half, he's given Hopkins the lead back.
Which has allowed him to set his feet. If he was playing his regular midfield spot like last year, he's not on the field in those moments because he's substituting through the box.
Callahan couldn't take that draw because of the violation last time out, so instead, it's Rutgers who gets it, and it's Pilato who gives the Scarlet Knights the lead. A dream starts in the second half. For Rutgers on the road, they retake the advantage.
A racer this season, 18 in white. So don't see much success with Dylan in the Dodge game. He's been able to score and make some great passes, but not from separating from Smith. Smith is, without a doubt, playing like a first-team All-American this season for the Jays.
Summer skips it all the way to the far side. Wide open look, and it's Kelly who buries it. What kind of a game does Hayden Summer have?
Took the words right out of my, like a version of Ross Scott, right? He's got the vision, he's got the 2 goals here. Possibly keep him on the field and pair him a little bit with Curdilla. I think you said, Coach, I think I've had it.
I remember, I think when they wanted to go to championship weekend, we interviewed him after that game, and we said, you know, there are plenty of great doctoral programs at Rutgers. Yeah, he said, that's it. I had enough school.
Too, Mendick and Stefanos are more cover guys, and McKelvey's like the inside quarterback type player, so they gel together. They all have a role, and they play it well.
Nice pick. Eiler up top on the shorty. Collison had his left hands free. Moment shot that one too high.
You know, Cotter, with all of the changes in the lineup
and they forged this 2-goal lead. Patient on offense. Still got 30 seconds. Oh, a little bit of trouble. Got it to Richmond. Second midfield unit on here for the Knights. Attila. Nothing doing. Here's Richmond. Coming upfield. Good look. Shot, score! Colin Kelly. Well, Jelinas got the better of him on his last couple of shots, Clark.
phenomenal pass to Kelly. It looks right there that Hopkins isn't communicating the right way. Guys are flying all over the out ground ball, and you have to take into account that they have a really good face-off man in Logan Callahan. So if you were to take out face-off wins, it would be a lot worse than -9. It's a problem this season.
Beautiful back check. You're going to get a loose ball push, though. The Kavanaughs, always.
I mean, attack ground balls are so critical. Because a lot of times they come off a scenario where you got a tired defense already. And then it's a second opportunity, right? Or a third opportunity. There's been no dodging threat. Like, Collison's goal was unassisted, but he didn't even beat Spillane. He just rushed and pounded it through him.
Here's again another situation. This time he passes it off, but it's saved by Stoller. And he prevents it from rolling by him.
Ball at Boys Latin. Not the typical pipeline Boys Latin to Rutgers. But Coach Breck stayed on him, recruited him during COVID, built a relationship. He was a starter as a freshman for a Big Ten team, and I'm sure there are many Stoller family members watching this one live.
Summer on the run, scores! A hat trick for Hayden Summer.
Cypress Tech, all rise. He has blown up in this contest. He's outscored his total heading into today. Just 2 goals. Now he's got 3.
I think you said it really well earlier, Kark. He gives Coach Brecht and Eric Saramet, this offensive coordinator, some options in terms of where you play him. Great pass, the shot! That's going to be an in the crease as Eiler almost buried his. He's working on Hackler. Switch it off. Dilla tried to feed it inside. Murph will blow this one dead. Turnover.
A goalie like Carden Stoller. And a short like that guy, right? Younger kiss.
That's a great to shoot. Yeah. That shot was high, didn't touch anything, so the shot clock's still at 8. Hopkins is going to have
coming in. I mean, they're playing Final Four teams in Denver, right? Denver's not having the season now, so that win looked better then than it does now. And Georgetown just lost to Richmond. Yeah, Georgetown loses to Richmond. Loyola was 0-7 heading into the weekend. So you have all these games.
Virginia.
Yeah, it's not a typical Virginia win. So that's where you start having a little concern. The schedule at the beginning.
Great passing finish by Chauvet, though. That'll help, Kark. I mean, if you want to turn things around, we said they just need to get 1 goal. They got to find it from somewhere. Summer, what a breakout game he's had for Rutgers.
He's been phenomenal. He's done his scoring in a variety of ways. Off ball, step down shots, getting to the rack.
Texas kid, Hayden Summer from Cypress, where football is just king. Showing the world some lacrosse players can come out of there as well.
I think he's going to have some big-time confidence heading into conference play here, Cotter. I mean, he has 2 goals coming into today. He's got 3 on the afternoon. You see in the body language, too, how he's looking at things.
That should do it. Colin Zeller on the run. And the Scarlet Knights celebrate.
Zeller had a lefty on the run, ripper. And this one just runs past the double team. And Gelinas doesn't step to the ball. That's the 2nd time there's no pop. Or defense does their typical job. They're holding teams to 8 goals a season. It's been the offense that hasn't been alive, but they flipped the script today.
Shea fires it wide. Eiler, yeah, he's going to score on that backhand. Another beautiful move by Charlie Eiler.
3rd quarter, like late in the 3rd quarter, asking like, who's going to win your matchup? I felt like there was no attempt to even do these one-on-one moves in the 3rd and 4th. Someone who has a superstar. Superstars take their teams to another level, just like Pat Cavanaugh and Liam Entenmann did the last couple of years. That's why I believe, some way, shape, or form, as Rutgers celebrates a much-needed win in a huge change
in the Ivy League. Top to bottom, Big Ten, proving once again, every single game is going to be an absolute war this year in this conference, and today, no different, as Rutgers came into this game 4-5 on the season, struggled.